What up, peeps? It's your boy, B&B Sports, aka Big Winner Binger Slim, aka your mother's favorite rapper. What's up, people? It's Thursday, and I know what you're thinking. You still got that green shirt on, cuz? I got two of them. Let's go. Anyway, man, it's Thursday. We got two more Saturdays by the Crawford Spence. Oh, I can't wait. So, really quick, I'm on my way now to a call back from 2 years ago. The dude said he don't like the way his flue's loose and his damper's loose. But the last time we were there was like 2 years ago. So somebody tripping. Anyway, last night I was watching the media training with Crawford. Spence is sometime this week, maybe next week. But I was watching Crawford's, and you can tell he looking good. He was working out in Las Vegas at the UFC gym, and you can tell that he's sick and tired of the questions. I was talking to my boy Slim about this. He answered a lot of questions one word, like, we'll see. Like, he gonna have to show me. Like, yeah, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can just tell with some, especially me. If you're ever in a conversation with me, I'm a talker. Once I start hitting you with the one word answers, it's time to go. But man, he looking good. They asked him a bunch of stupid, it's repetitive. You're like 9 days away from the fight. You know, they've been waiting for years, and they're finally single digits away from the fight. They're tired of the media run, everybody asking them the same question. What you think's gonna happen? What you think's gonna happen? So, yo, Terrence Crawford looks ready. You know, Spence is the more of a talker. You know, he's more full of himself. Like, that's the vibe that I get from Spence, cause you know he loves to say how he's gonna break down Crawford. Like, I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna take his soul. I'm gonna beat the wood out of him. I'm a this. I'm a that. He got all these little sayings. You know what I mean? So he's just more. I don't know. He talks a lot. I've always been. I'm not a big talker, cause I get the shaking. You know, I get nervous. For me, it's either fight or flight. So I don't do the yapping. But Crawford just seems like he's just more ready. Like, man, I'm done doing all the talking. But then he wasn't doing that the whole press conference anyway. He just even went even more down. Like, now he's not saying. Before they were like, he was being like positive about shit. Now he's just like, nah, man, I ain't got it. But he looked good. And I was also listening to this Bomac. I was listening to Bomac, and they asked him a question, and he answered. He said that where they messed up at was not catching Crawford when he first got to 147. Now he's gotten his feet wet. He's 2 fights in, and he's 2 or 3 fights in. He's gotten his weight together, because this is like his 3rd or 4th training camp at 147, you know, and now it's on and popping. So he made a great point. You know, I've been listening to Bomac this whole time, and that's probably the first time that I can't argue with him. There's nothing I have to say. Like, yo, you are absolutely right. He's more seasoned. He's smarter. You know, he's bigger. So, and it's a difference when you're 147, 146, and 147. Cause him and Brooks are in the same weight class. And Brooks is a real 147. You know what I mean? And then you got niggas like Crawford, where they're fighting at 147, but they got a 135, 130 frame. Then you got the 150s, 154s, 160s that come down to 147, but so yeah, I can't wait. It's only one more Saturday left, baby. EJ Crawford. I don't know if there's any fights this Saturday, but I'm sure, you know, ever since I've really dug my feet into boxing, I've noticed that there's a fight every weekend. You know what I mean? It's not just the big. I'm watching everybody now. I'm watching the up-and-comers. I'm watching it. You know what I mean? And if there's nothing on, I find myself watching old boxing matches, especially now to when, you know, you hear like for example, that Winky Wright interview. I don't know if I posted the video or not, but I was talking about how Winky Wright just recently had a video drop, interview, not long, 45 minutes-ish, but to hear his perspective on a fight, and they asked him about his famous, you know, peekaboo defense, and how he just stands there and he was saying he never practiced that style. It just came about in the Vargas fight because he ran his mouth so much that he wanted to see what he was about for real. So I went back to watch the Winky versus Vargas fight, and you can hear you can hear the commentators, you can hear his corner in the middle of the rounds like, yo, what are you doing? This is not boxing. Why are you standing in front of him and just go bait there? Yo, it was an amazing. You gotta go back. You gotta watch Winky Wright versus Vargas. That fight. But first you gotta go watch the interview. Just type in Winky Wright on YouTube, it should pop up. It's 3 dudes. Just a white dude up top, a black dude on the side, and Winky Wright. It's 3 guys in one interview. You gotta go back and watch that. Then you gotta go back and watch the fight. It's amazing. So I find myself watching old fights, new dudes coming up, and then you got the mega fights like Spence Crawford, Canelo, Charlo, and that's another thing I want to talk about. This Charlo situation, me and Slim were also. I can't wait till me and Slim get we get together and debate this on live, so I can put it up for you guys. But right now I'm just kind of just referring to our debates because that's who I debate with all the time, especially mainly, So me and him were also talking about the Canelo Charlo and how he feels that Canelo's gonna knock out Charlo. I don't feel that way. I'll let him speak for himself. Maybe he'll put up a video or something, but he feels like Canelo's gonna knock out Charlo, which is a great thing. You know what I mean? If I was a betting man, I'd bet on that too. He's been around longer. He has the more experience. He's fought the better opposition. He's a knockout artist 4+ years ago, though. In his last 3 fights, he hasn't done anything. To me, it's closer than what Slim is making it. He thinks it's gonna be a one-way beatdown. It's funny because he's going for Crawford, but when he talks about the Canelo fight or he talks about Crawford, he sounds like Spence. So you would think he'd be a Spence fan because he be saying shit like Canelo's gonna beat the wood out of Charlo. But anyway, he thinks it's gonna be a one-way beatdown. You know what I mean? Charlo's not even, and I feel it's gonna be closer. I feel like Canelo doesn't run around the ring. He's stationary, so Charlo's not gonna have to go looking for him. He's gonna be right in front of him the whole entire fight. And Canelo's a high guard, one shot. He's a chopper. He does it the whole entire fight. And then you just start to wear down because he's just chopping at you, hitting you everywhere. He's hitting you in the body. He's hitting you up top. He's hitting you down low. So, man, after 6-7 rounds of that, hey, yo, my ribs. So he chops, and that's sort of how Charlo fights also, but at a higher pace than Canelo. Canelo's kind of like and Charlo's like So he's throwing almost double the amount of punches that. So I don't think Charlo's gonna knock out Canelo because obviously it's gonna take. It's gonna take a lot for him to knock him out. Especially he's coming up 2 weight classes. He might be fighting a Canelo that's gonna be around 170, 175. So it's gonna be a big Canelo he's fighting up against. So I feel like he may win a split decision on points and have to run this shit back. That's what I feel like. Especially Canelo's not scaring nobody. The last 3 fights, he hasn't knocked anybody out. So, you know, I'm always the one going for the, you know, now I'm starting to see that when me and Slim bet, he goes for the sure bet dude. He goes for the dude that has the more accomplishments. He's been around for longer. He's more seasoned. Just like this Crawford and Spence fight. Crawford is, you know, I feel like even though Spence is the A side, I feel like Crawford is the more accomplished fighter. He's already been undisputed before. He's already been lineal champ 2 times before. You know what I mean? He's more. Crawford is, it's like Canelo. Like they may not be at the same point or maybe they could be. You know what I mean? I don't see. Crawford maybe has 3 more fights in him too. So he's going for the guys. 7 North Street. Okay. Let's check this out right here. So he's going for the more sure bets. You know, I'm always the guy that go for the I don't want to say underdog because Spencer's not the underdog, but he kind of is the underdog. You know, he's the underdog on the inside. So he's going for Canelo. He's going for Crawford. And it's going to be a great, I can't wait. Both these fights is almost guaranteed to be a run back. But yeah, I just pulled up to the house. I'm going to find out what's going on with this customer over here with the loose flute. And hell yeah, it's your boy, BMP Sports. More videos coming soon. I'm going to be in the truck. I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be at the house chilling. I'm going to be laying down. Hey, listen, I got videos coming, HVAC video coming, boxing videos coming, real talk videos coming. I'm trying to do it all. So, you know, just be patient with me. Like, share, subscribe, your boy. Peace.